Thank you for watching Gospel Rose. I'm Joel Pearson. I just want to welcome you today. We have a very special guest. It's my sister-in-law, Kim Green, who's also a wonderful author of this book. But before we get into this book, Kim, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Kim Green, and I'm married, and I have two little ones. I have a little boy who's 7 and a little girl who's 2. My husband's an overseas basketball player, so it's quite different from what people are normally used to hearing about basketball players. We travel the world, and that's why we're in Romania, and I'm actually so thankful for his job because it's shaped each and every one of our lives in such a unique manner.
Yeah, we miss you guys. You guys are always traveling, and it's always fun when you guys come back and we get to hang out with you guys before you guys go back overseas once the season starts up again. All right. I want to get to know you a little bit more. I want people to get to know you a little bit more. So I want to ask you a couple of questions about your favorite things. The first question is, what is your favorite food or restaurant?
I know everyone's going to say something crazy about this, but my favorite restaurant is Taco Bell, and it's just their $1.99 Bing Burrito. Oh. It holds a special place in my heart because we were such a big family with lots of kids, and it's really expensive to go out to eat, but that is the one place my mom and dad would always get us those Bing Burritos with sour cream, and they just always hit, so it feels like home.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Taco Bell has a special place in my heart as well. Actually, it's where I had my first job. I remember one time, this person came into the drive-thru and was just cussing us out because he didn't want onions on his burrito, and we put onions on it. My manager was having a bad day, so he jumped on the line. He made the burrito. He grabbed like a couple handfuls of onion on there and poured the juice on there and wrapped it up. Like, I hope he never comes back. And he never did. But yeah, it was crazy. Taco Bell was fun. It was a really fun job. I had it when I was in high school, and I was in a little college town, and it was wild. Those late nights were even wilder. At night it was we called it drunk rush. But yeah, that dude never came back.
I'd have been back. It wouldn't have fazed me. I would have went to the next one.
Yeah, like I said, we had way too much fun at Taco Bell.
I remember I was pregnant with Grace, and I had my sister-in-law in the car with me, Delania, Garland's sister, and I was like, let's go get a snack. And so I get 2 Bing burritos, and I'm sitting there. She sees me eating them. She's like, it's so nasty. And I'm like, it's delicious, the best thing ever. And then I finished those 2 burritos, and she's like, where are we going? And I was like, I need one more.
Yeah.
And the guy I was speaking was like, were you just here? I was I need my sour cream mixed in. Yes,
yeah.
That was me.
All those special orders. All right, your favorite movie?
Okay, my favorite movie is The Color Purple. It was one of the first movies I ever got to see as like a young adult that I started to understand, and it had so many like things that happened that were so like off the wall that as a young adult I was just like wowed by them and wowed by her journey. And then becoming a mother, I look back sometimes and I'm just like, man, women go through so much, but once we get through it, we are stronger than ever.
So yeah, that's a classic. A lot of people love that movie. I've seen the movie, I think one time. One time. Yeah, it's a little too much for me. It's a little too much for me. I'm honestly, when it comes to movie, I'm quite shallow. I'm very shallow when it comes. I like to laugh. I like to see things blow up. You know, that's I'm quite shallow when it comes to movies. I'll watch some deep ones. And I do, but man, one time usually I like get with the deep ones. Like I said, I'm shallow when it comes to movies. All right, do you have a favorite TV show?
I actually don't, because usually when TV's on, it's Spider-Man, Peppa Pig, Coco Melon. So the TV is strictly for the kids. I don't get any downtime until nighttime.
Yeah. See, moms are nicer. See, I guess I share the TV with the kids, but sometimes I just take it over and be like, man, y'all can watch whatever I'm watching. We watching sports. That's what we're gonna be watching today. Like, sometimes I'll watch some of the stuff that they watch, but a lot of times I'm like, hey, okay, that's enough of that. Daddy wants to watch TV now. We can't just watch cartoons all day. Yeah.
No, that's cheap. Or if a game trumps anything. I don't care
all
if that's
day.
kids. No, I don't care if there's a special. If the game is on.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna speak for all men, but most of the guys I know are like, we can share, but you're not just gonna monopolize. With Melissa, she'll let the kids watch whatever they want all day. I'm just like, hey, I guess you guys are better than us. I don't know. All right, favorite article of clothing. It's something you currently own, or something that you know, like, oh, I gotta get this one day.
Well, actually, I really love neutral colors. I don't really like to be, I like neutral colors, but I love things that have positive messages. Kind of like my shirt I'm wearing now.
Yes, ma'am, that's that Gospel Rose.
I love it. I love anything positive because I feel like when you walk into somewhere, like people look at what you're wearing, what your statement is on your shirt and everything. And I see a lot of people with designer things, and I just feel like the designer industry has weighed down such on our culture in a sense of like, you know, monopolizing us, that I would rather just spend a little extra or a little less in most cases on something that's positive, good vibes, or especially anything that has to deal with spreading the Lord's word.
Absolutely. I'm just going to take a moment right now. If you like those kind of shirts, just go ahead and go to gospelrose.com and get, the Gospel Rose.
Yes.
I didn't just design it. It's just something that God has blessed me to be able to do. And I love seeing people wear the sweatshirts and hats and t-shirts. It's like you said, it's a positive message. But even more than that, it's a message that comes from God. So I'm so glad you love it. I'm so glad you like it. What is your favorite place to visit? Again, somewhere you've been, or you're like, one day I'm gonna go here. Like, you know, where do you like to go?
I think when I speak for my whole family. We loved hands down Israel. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. I brought my mom out because it was just one of those places that, especially when you're a follower of Christ, you're like reading in the Bible and you hear about all these places, but to see it firsthand, Jerusalem, it's really built on a solid rock.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went up the hill, I remember we were going up the hill and Garland thought the car was broke because he said the car's not moving fast. We have to pull over and call the manager. So we were sitting in the car with my mom and everything, thought we broke the car. And he goes, no, you're just going up the hill. You're going up a mountain. You don't even realize it. Once we got to the top, we saw another mountain, and that's Jerusalem. It was literally built on this white rock. It was amazing. Most amazing experience of my life, and just to see Nazareth and experience some of the things that actually Jesus was doing back in the day. Nothing can compare to that. It will always sit inside me as something that, like, a moment that no one can take, or how I felt when I was there. And I think everybody should experience it for themselves. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's really good. All right, so your favorite activity to recharge or unwind?
I would have to say sleep.
Yeah.
But if we're going to say activity, I do like to TikTok surf. I'm notorious for it. I like to switch up my algorithm a lot. I find parenting tips. I find how to cook certain dishes faster. I've even learned how to replace a bookshelf by hand. Yeah. Just anything, all the hacks. I love learning something new because I think that helps us out, just to learn something new. It's like a book almost, but it's a video, a quick tutorial.
Yeah, that's a good place to unwind and kind of escape for a moment. There's a lot of interesting stuff on TikTok. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more ministry stuff on there, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Which is really cool. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this amazing book that you've written. Can you tell us the premise behind this book?
Where's My Light is about a young boy who is afraid of the dark. He's afraid to go to sleep at night because in order to go to sleep, he has to turn off his lights. And so within the dark, he tries to search for a light. But instead of finding a light, he actually finds the light within himself by praying to the Lord and finding comfort and protection in that. And I think that it's just an amazing book for little ones because it breaks down such a big concept of how to pray, how to have a relationship with the Lord in a simple depiction.
So how does this book come about?
I'm actually in the works of writing a chapter book. It's been about 2 years I've been working on that with a fellow basketball wife who's also an editor. But I just haven't tweaked it out to get it right. And during that process, we had COVID happening, and Garland was away, and I was home, and GJ was extra scared at night, my son, about going to sleep because he was just like, I'm so afraid, and COVID's happening. He was just like, Mom, I can't pray if you're not here. Daddy's gone. Are you gonna go? And I was like, ooh, snap. And he was like talking about how I heard about, the sickness takes away old. I was like, thanks, GJ. And it kind of hit, it hurt something in my heart where I was just like, I might not be here tomorrow. Yeah. So I wanted to not only just teach him these basic concepts that he can have that outlast me, but also give it to him in writing that will go down generations far beyond both of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And that, to be honest with you, that's kind of my favorite part of the book, is that it's teaching children to be able to rely on God themselves, and that's really cool. That's really cool. Now, that's kind of my favorite part of the book, where it shows kids, learning how to do it on their own, and this being passed down to it. Being passed down to them. Do you have a favorite part of the book?
My favorite part is the back, actually. It's the same. It's a little activity I put in there. So the children have a lot of Bible reference scriptures in there that pertain to praying or asking the Lord for protection. And then they have a little activity where they can actually write their own prayers, which I think is really awesome.
Very good.
I have done author. A lot of churches right now can't have Bible studies in person and everything. They're very virtual. So I've done a lot of virtual author readings where the kids, their parents buy the book and they go over it. And then I get on there and we talk about the book. And some of them even share their prayers with us or what's their favorite scripture. And it just warms my heart to hear that and see that it's actually making an impact in little people's lives and they're understanding it.
Yeah, that's really good. So, we as parents, my wife and I, we love this book. We love that our son Josiah can read and actually read it to his little brother Nicholas and his little sister Annalise. But what are you hearing from other parents about this book?
I actually felt like I got a lot of great feedback, and it's almost like I didn't know what to expect from parents. I knew that I loved it. I knew that it was helping in our lives, and also I wanted to pass it down to my nephews and my nieces to see how they liked it, because I know we deal with this a lot. But I heard a lot of great feedback, and I had a parent tell me the other day, she was like, you had some challenging words in there, where my son had to question, what's this mean, Mom? And to teach him not only about the power of prayer and everything, but have the rhythm you have going throughout the book and adding in words where he has to pronounce and ask what they mean sometimes actually was awesome for them, because then it was extra side things that they can talk about and learn about, and it helps the little ones to think.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. So it's not just a prayer book, just a biblical or a book that has some scriptures in it, but it also is teaching kids to read and challenge them. That's really amazing. So what do you hope to accomplish from this book?
On a personal level, I just hope to accomplish, like, in my children's lives, I hope that they understand that, I'm setting them up for not just like being, my children, but being lights out there in the world. And I hope that they see that within their mother and how she wants to spread the word of the Lord and touch others' lives in a positive manner. I hope that they can instill that within them and it becomes part of their character. And in a bigger sense, I really hope that I'm able to touch other children's lives and make an impact and maybe be that connection, that link between oh, I don't need to have my mom here to pray for me. I can pray for me. I can talk to God whenever. I see that in GJ. The other day he asked me, he was like, Mom, I'm gonna go upstairs really quick. Don't come up. Of course, I'm like, where are you going? What you doing? He's like, I'm gonna go talk to God really quick. I have a problem. And to see my little one who's 7 go upstairs and talk to God first about his problem before coming to me made me feel so like, oh, it made my heart want to burst. I was just like, and then I asked him, what's your problem? You want to talk about it? He's like, no, it's okay. I'm fine now. So to see that he can cope with something without me,
Yeah.
that is the biggest thing, to help them instill those things in their character, because I want them to be prepared for the world, no matter what the world throws at them, because we don't know what's next.
Yeah, you're right. That's amazing. So what's next for you? What do you have coming up?
Next, I have a book coming out in a month. It's called Giving Grace. It's teaching children about how to give grace to others. So that's a really great thing I have in the works. And then my third book before the summertime and going to doing author readings and everything is Mommy Not Me. And it's a book for mothers, actually, and helping them. It's a burn book. And I don't know if you know what a burn book is, but after each chapter, it's a reflection. It has, you can write your negative inputs and everything. And at the end of the book, you take out those and you burn them, because whatever you have that's sitting negatively on you or weighing you down is not who you are. So Mommy Not Me is about how being a mother is just not who defines you.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what a burn book was. I'm glad you clarified that. That sounds very therapeutic. So that's going to be a really good book. I'm really excited about that coming out. So how do people get in contact with you? How do they find your book? Can you give us your information?
Yes, of course. I have a website. It's www.kgwritings.com. And that's my author website where you can get in contact with me for ghostwriting, for little projects, for author readings for your church, or for just your group of community. I also, on there is a link to Amazon where you can buy my book. And also, you can go straight to Amazon and type it in.
Okay, very good. This has been wonderful. This has been amazing. Thank you for stopping by and joining us on Gospel Rose, just taking time out of your busy schedule. We miss you guys. We can't wait till you guys come back to Houston so we can hang out again, get the cousins, get the family back together. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you too, and we miss y'all. We'll see y'all in like T-minus 4 months.
Okay, God bless you. Bye.
Bye.